can see there's a bit of a slope in this yard. So when you're placing a unit, it's kind of important that you're mindful of how the yard is sloping. You do want your water slides to go downhill instead of up, and that way the water is going off the unit and draining the way that it's supposed to, not washing back into the unit. This particular unit that we did here is the orange twist, and as you can see, we kind of went into a flat area that the yard slopes into. The homeowner wanted to be able to see where the kids were sliding, so they're going to set chairs over in this area here and make sure that they can keep an eye on the kids. This slide comes down and does a twist, and right there, right over there, is where the water is going to exit the unit. If you had this corner in the low spot, all the water is going to congregate there and not go off of the unit, and that'll cause a problem. So what we have is the slide twists down around and kind of comes up on this bank, which will add a little extra fun, and then back down, and the water will exit the way that it's supposed to. So when you're placing a unit, make sure you place it correctly so that you're addressing all the issues that are there: the water drainage, the slope of the hill, the placement of the family and the kids so that they can be seen and monitored, and that everybody's safe. Also, you need to make sure you watch for low-hanging branches, or you see in the backyard there we have some power lines. Those are the kind of things you have to watch out for. You have to keep that out of the way. And again, on top of all this, we have to hook up the water, we have to hook up the power, and since this is such a big unit, it takes 2 blowers. We're hooking up to 2 different sources of power, so we're running cords here and there, and on the front and then the back, and then the water's coming in, and you don't want the cord sitting in the path of water, and you don't want the cord sitting in the path of the players so that they're tripping over it and stuff like that. All of these things you need to make sure that you're mindful of when you're placing your units, and that you'll have a safe and a successful rental that way. We like to use tarps in the area where they are coming in and coming out, and where the water is draining. The water will drain onto this tarp and away from that before it creates such a huge puddle, hopefully. Doesn't always work, but with the slope that we have, we should get the water away from the unit, and that'll prevent a lot of the mud puddle that you would normally get. So again, keep all those things in mind and keep at it. Water seeps through the seam and comes down to the lowest point, which is going to be in the back of the unit. That's causing a lot of water on this end, also the water on the inside of the unit, so it makes it so much harder to roll up, so much heavier. So if you can avoid putting the slide going uphill, it helps to make sure that you're able to get all that water out. When you're setting the slides up, you need to also be mindful of what's underground. Make sure you're not running into any kind of pipes or wires or anything like that that would cause problems. So if you don't know, ask. There's ways to find out, and ways to keep track of all that so that you're not in any kind of trouble.